Bush cut their teeth in the 90s, rising to the top of the rock charts and amassing a fervent fan base that continues to pack their shows to this day. Frontman Gavin Rossdale made his own headlines back then with now ex-wife Gwen Stefani, with whom he continues to co-parent their 3 children. He sat down with ABC's Morgan Norwood to talk the then and now of the journey.
Gavin Rossdale, welcome to Nightline. So great to have you.
Thank you. So great to be here.
You have a brand new album out, and you say that it's the most personal record that you've ever dropped. I Beat Loneliness. It's literally in the title. Tell me the story behind this title.
Well, I was going to make the 10th record. I really thought to confront myself, to do something of value to people. And I reflected on the amount of times I've spoken to people who love the band and, you know, fans and things at the meet and greets. And they talk about the strength they get from the lyrics and the connection they have with the band. And so I just thought writing a record based around mental health, my mental health, the discussion of mental health, how people are struggling in this kind of modern world. And I wanted to make a record for everyone and for those people so they don't feel alone. So this is how it began, and this is what I'm doing.
You know, Gavin, it's been said that this album feels much like a soul shower. Do you believe that men face more of a stigma when talking about their mental health?
Yeah, I mean that's the irony of it. You know, we as men, you know, with suicide rates at an alarming level globally. It's just really good to try and talk about things. I've been singing about that for years. It's a great thing that people are discussing that, so men don't feel so alone. They don't feel weak by discussing weaknesses. It doesn't make you weak to have a vulnerability. It makes you human.
Where do you go to tap into that vulnerability as you're writing?
Myself and my own struggles, you know, and I want people to understand that when people see people that they perceive as purely successful and nothing else, like one-dimensional, that everybody goes through these crazy challenges. I mean, I made a TV show, Dinner with Gavin Rossdale, that's me. Hearing these people, the incredible celebrities and their journey, and everyone has these moments of doubt and are against all odds. And I wanted to give strength to everyday people.
You know, Bush just kicked off a world tour in the U.S., and fans are still singing the hits like Glycerin. You know, what does it mean to you to see that these songs still have the staying power and your fans are still singing along?
It's incredible. I was at Madison Square Garden when I introduced Glycerin. I was like, the thing about this song which I find the most touching to me is that it was written from a place of complete innocence. I didn't know there was an audience waiting for me. I didn't know there was a future for me. I was just trying to write a good song. And so then to play it at Madison Square Garden and have people sing it back to me, just means that I chose the right thing to do with my life, so it feels good.
You just talked about the connection that you have with your fans. You were literally in the stands. Where do you get that energy?
I think it's just a desire to connect. One thing I look at, I mean, I love playing really big venues, but when I look around and I see people all the way up, I feel that I'm challenged by how can I reach them so that it really matters to them, the show matters to them, the evening, the moment, and it elevates them. And so one of the kind of more Neanderthal things I think of doing is running around trying to find people. People lose their minds, and you're sweating all over them, and they're holding you up. It's just an incredible moment where they feel like they are really there. You
know, what do the fans give you? What do they do for you in those moments?
It's their energy and their sort of devotion to the music and the band, showing up at all these shows. That's what feeds me. So I'm almost getting more from them than they're getting from me.
You know, you've been co-parenting with your ex, Gwen Stefani, for years. How is your relationship with her today?
She wasn't at the Garden, but I'm sure she wishes me really well.
Your daughter, Daisy, just got married.
Yeah.
Your sons are also there.
That
you were there.
Incredible.
What was that moment like as a dad?
Just really beautiful, because the main thing is that she is with an incredible person. And so that's all you want for your children. They've got to be, I think if you have children, there's a responsibility to not put jerks into the world. And so we work really hard at like them being kind of cool and likable and sort of having humility and a kindness to them. Daisy is all of those things and above and beyond. And so seeing her just happy and married, it just feels the way it should feel for a patriarch.
What would you tell 30-year-old Gavin that you wish you would have known?
You know, it's so much better when you don't take things personally. It's all about getting the most out of life and enjoying it to the max and being good to the people around you.
How would you say your music has evolved over the decades?
I think I've just gotten better at editing. You know, when I first made records, there was no horizon. You know what I mean? I just make a record and try and be successful and try and sort of do well. And then now, and I just want to put things of value into the world. And it's our responsibility to make great records. And then we keep music alive.
What do you need from your art now that you didn't have 30 years ago?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, it's just about the meaning. What is the meaning of life? Obviously, as a father is my primary job. You know, I have 4 incredible children, so that's my main job. And then my second job is a songwriter. You know, I just chose to do that many years ago. And so the thrill of it and the luxury, the freedom to be able to continue to do that is mind-blowing. You know, it's a difficult world. And so just being here in this great studio with you on this great show, it was such an honor, and like that's what life is about, fulfilling your purpose. And I feel my purpose is to lift people up and to make people feel less alone.
And you do that so well. Gavin, it has been a pleasure to have you here on Nightline. Thank you so much.